So we really had no idea about measurements when starting this. All I know is that I wanted it to be 600 tall, 250 wide at the top, and 300 wide at the bottom. All the videos that I was looking up online, nobody really had any measurements about the size or the angles or anything like that. So we kind of just freeballed it in this sense. As you can see, we marked out the middle of the wood just to get the base measurements from the top and the bottom. With the angles, obviously we didn't know what type of angles we wanted, so we just started at a 45-degree angle and then kind of worked our way from there. As you'll see later on, we kind of adjusted to make it look a lot more better and a lot more pleasing to the eye, as opposed to having really sharp corners. As you can see, we're just marking up the bottom here. So as you can see, the whole family got involved. They all wanted to have a part in this. Here we're just looking at placement for shelving. And now here you see me cutting everything out with the jigsaw. You can do it by hand, you can use a handsaw, or you can use any other type of cutting instruments. This is just what I had on me at the time. I was over at my dad's place, so I had access to a lot more equipment than I guess the normal person does. And as you can see, I'm just fast forwarding it. No one really wants to watch me cut it all out and the finished product. So here we're just marking out placements for the wood. I ended up using a 2.7 meter long piece of timber, and it turned out that it was perfectly fine. I really have no idea how to best explain the angles. It was honestly a luck, a try, a guess, getting the angles right. And as you can see, there are lots of holes in the angles where we didn't really, meet it. But we just got a bit of wood glue and we filled in the edges, and honestly, when you paint over it, you can't really see it. And we just screwed it in from the back using some regular wood nails. So after we cut out all the really sharp edges and we just sanded everything down, as you can see, I filled in everything with the wood putty, and I'm just giving everything a really good sand. I used acrylic paint for this, but you can use any type of wood-based paint. Acrylic's fine, it was cheap, it's what I had on me. And then you just start painting away. This project took me almost a week to do. Honestly, I'm just lazy and I had work, but honestly, you could really do this in 2 to 3 days, depending on the cutting instruments you have and the paint available. I only did one coat on my bit of wood, minus a couple of spots where I painted over just because it was very thin, but you can do as many coats as you want. So now I'm getting on to design. Pretty much I had a couple of really cheap old necklaces that I never really wore. I wanted something lacy and I didn't really know exactly what I wanted, and I didn't want to go out and spend a whole bunch of money, so I just kind of found whatever was laying around the house. So now I just started using some Tarzan's glue just to glue it on. You can use hot glue gun, you can use super glue, you can use whatever you want as long as you are old enough to use it. I would suggest children get the help of an adult, especially if you're going to use hand saws to cut everything out. then kind of last minute, I decided I really liked how the chains looked on it. So I kind of just threaded the chain through the lace and had it drooping down a little bit. I had some of these wool bats left over from when I bought them off of Wish a while ago. I thought they looked really cute. If you have a different colour, if you paint the shelf a different colour, then these would stand out a lot more. But because these were shimmery, I thought they looked cool in person. And this is the final product.